play a game, shall we? It's called Guess Who Said It, but none of these quotes are from Trump or any Republican. These quotes are straight from top Democrats. And you'll see real quick that they don't change for morals, they change for votes. Let's begin, shall we? Marriage is between a man and a woman. I do not support gay marriage. You'd assume conservative, right? Nope. Joe Biden, 2006.
I can't believe the American people can't see through this. We already have a law, the Defense of Marriage Act, where we've all voted, not where I voted and others said, look, marriage is between a man and a woman, and states must respect that. Nobody's violated that law. There's been no challenge to that law. Why do we need a constitutional amendment? Marriage is between a man and a woman. What's the game going on here?
Now he pretends he's been pro-LGBT forever. Nope, turns out he just waited until it's politically safe. Next quote. Marriage has always been between a man and a woman. Any guesses? Hillary Clinton, 2004. When public opinion flipped, boom, so did she.
I believe that marriage is not just a bond, but a sacred bond between a man and a woman. I have had occasion in my life to defend marriage, to stand up for marriage, to believe in the hard work and challenge of marriage.
And not out of conviction, just calculation. Next one. We simply cannot allow people to pour into the US undocumented and unchecked. Sounds like Trump, right? Nope. It was Barack Obama, 2005.
This is not going to be a free ride. It's not going to be some instant amnesty. What's going to happen is you are going to pay a significant fine. You are going to learn English. You are going to go to the back of the line so that you don't get ahead of somebody who was in Mexico City applying legally. But after you've done these things over a certain period of time, you can earn your citizenship. So that it's not something that is guaranteed or automatic. You've got to earn it, but over time, you give people an opportunity.
And now his party calls border control racist. They didn't grow compassion, they just grew poll numbers. This is fun, let's continue. Who said, I don't want my children growing up in a racial jungle? It was Joe Biden, 1977. He was talking about school busing and integration.
We keep talking about this thing as being north versus south. That's not the issue. It is rural versus urban. And most of the busing that's taken place to date has taken place in rural areas, whether it's be administratively ordered or court ordered. Now we're moving into applying the same standards to urban areas. And it is a standard that doesn't make sense. It doesn't apply. It doesn't hold. We're moving from trying to, in urban areas, we've had integrated facilities but segregated neighborhoods. And in rural areas, we've traditionally had integrated neighborhoods but segregated facilities. And they've applied the same standard and the same test. So this north-south thing is not really the issue. As Professor Nathan Glazer at Harvard has indicated, as Dr. Armour of the RAND Corporation, as James Coleman, as I just tell 3 days of hearing, two days of hearings in the Judiciary Committee on another bill I have, beyond this that deals with busing. And there is uniform opinion of those who testified that it is not a north-south, it's an urban-rural question, a distinction.
But no matter what your intent, there are going to be those who say it's a segregated thing, it's a question of race, and that you have set back the movement of desegregation of schools. How would you answer that?
The way I answer that is I predict that the young black leadership of America will overwhelmingly decide with me. I predict that in 1980 and 84, my position will be totally vindicated by the sociologist and by the civil rights advocate. You know, I come from that side of the track. That's where I'm from. I was a defense lawyer. I handle civil rights cases. I sat in on Route 40. I mean, I'm not from the other side of this. And I happen to think that the one way to ensure that you set the civil rights movement in America further back is to continue to push busing, because it's a bankrupt policy.
Now he lectures everyone about racism, but back then he was afraid his children would be on a school bus with black kids. And in case any liberal wants to make the claim, that was 1977, Joe Biden changed. Here's another quote. This one's from 2007 when he was referring to Barack Obama. And I quote, I mean, you got the first mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean. Excuse me? What about 2020 Biden? And I quote again, if If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or for Trump, you ain't black. Sorry, what?
And you ain't black. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and nice-looking guy.
Biden recalling his early Senate career, bringing up two segregationist senators, Herman Talmadge and James Eastland, who called African Americans an inferior race. I was in a caucus with James O. Eastland, Biden said. He never called me boy. He always called me son. At least there was some civility. We got things done.
The senators that he is speaking of with such adoration are individuals who made and built their reputation on segregation. The Ku Klux Klan celebrated the election of one of them.
Using the word boy in the way he did can cause hurt and pain, and we need a presidential nominee and the leader of our party to be sensitive to that.
My Democratic colleagues don't like me saying this. I think the two-party system is good for the South and good for the Negro, good for the black. Other than the fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind a little bit.
As also noted, Robert C. Byrd was a parliamentary library, a keeper of the institution of the Senate, and he was the institution itself. For a lot of us, he was a friend, and he was a mentor, and he was a guide.
1987, he bragged about getting an award from George Wallace.
Biden bragged about an award from the notorious segregationist Governor George Wallace and told the Philadelphia Inquirer, "I think the Democratic Party could stand a liberal George Wallace, someone who's not afraid to stand up and offend people."
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. Unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Biden was remarking to an audience in South Virginia that included hundreds of black voters.
If Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot.
The reason I was able to stay sequestered in my home is because some black woman was able to stack the grocery shelf.
One thing Biden is being slammed for is the crime bill he helped write 25 years ago.
Next quote, I voted for the border fence. I don't think we should reward people who broke the law to get here. That's Chuck Schumer, 2009. Now he's crying on camera talking about inhumane policies. Amazing how fast they switch up. And here's the kicker. None of them have ever really denounced these quotes. No real apologies, no big speeches saying, hey, I was wrong. They've just quietly pretended that they've always believed what's popular right now. They don't evolve out of morality. All they did was pivot for power. These people don't stand for principles. They stand for whatever polls best this week. So next time that they call conservatives extreme, just remind them that their own words tell a whole different story.
Thank y'all so much for watching. Hopefully you got something from this. I wasn't trying to sugar honey iced tea on Democrats at all. I was just simply trying to let them know that the internet lives forever. They probably didn't know that those videos would come back to haunt them, but they are. I don't want Democrats believing all of the stuff that's being sold to them right now. You know, that Trump is the racist when they actually supported and voted for and wanted another racist to win in Joe Biden. But at the end of the day, we are all Americans. Hopefully I'm here for you, you're here for me, and we're all for American citizens. We're not against anybody, we're just for us, and nothing is wrong with that. You should take pride in your country. We are the most powerful nation in this world. I'm greatly appreciative that you guys decided to click play. Hopefully you hit the like button as well. And also, I just want to share this with you too. If you have not already checked out Blue Turner, shout out to Blue Turner, who we're working with. We're very appreciative of having the opportunity of working with these guys. But if you need to reset and you need for your cortisol levels to be where they need to be, your circadian rhythm, I'm gonna need for y'all to go to the link below. Check out Mito Blue. This is what the product looks like right here. All right. And let me know what you think. Make sure you use code LFR20 so that you get 20% off. Again, God bless you all. I pray that you're in good health. And I thank you again for always being a part of whatever LFR family has going on. Love you. See you next time. Peace. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.